Uh, Today on the History of Las Vegas Hotels, I will be covering both El Ranchos. Now, before I throw off confusion, I'm going to talk about the first one first. This was the one that was built that opened in 1941, just to help you keep the confusion off. So the history. This is El Rancho Vegas, is what this one's called. In 1940, James Cashman, a businessman, asked Tom Hall, the owner of El Rancho Hotels, to build a chain in Las Vegas. Hall saw the potential of the resort, and he saw all out-of-state license plates during a visit to the resort's potential site. Construction of the El Rancho Vegas began in 1940, and the resort opened on April 3rd, 1941. El Rancho Vegas was the first resort on the Las Vegas Strip. It was designed by Wayne McAllister, who constructed the resort with a Spanish-style exterior with a cowboy frontiers type of interior for $500,000. El Rancho Vegas offered blackjack riding or horseback riding, a large swimming pool, top shows in its theater called the Opera House. When it opened, the El Rancho Vegas' dining room was the largest in Las Vegas. You could say the casino consisted of 4 table games, 2 blackjack tables, 1 roulette table, and 1 craps table, and 70 slot machines. In December 1944, William Wilkerson leased the El Rancho Vegas from then owner Joe Drown for 6 months. Wilkerson paid Drown $50,000 for the 6-month lease. Wilkerson would later go on and build the Flamingo. September 1945, the El Rancho Vegas was sold for $1.5 million to Los Angeles businessman Walter Gonzini. The resort went through several changes of ownership until before Belden Cattleman, who received a share of ownership upon the death of his uncle, J. Cattleman, in 1947, bought out the remaining shareholders and became the proprietor of record. He used $750,000 to improve the resort, and El Rancho Vegas became the largest casino in Nevada. Oops. Shirley Bassey. Shirley Bassey made her American stage debut here in 1957. Paul Newman and Joanne Woodward were married at the El Rancho Vegas in 1958. The wedding was held in the suite of and completely paid for by the casino owner at the time, Melvin Cummin. Stripper Candy Bar was headlining at El Rancho Vegas in 1959 when she was arrested by the FBI after appealing a marijuana conviction originating in Texas was rejected by the U.S. Supreme Court. On June 17, 1960, while Harriet James and Betty Garbo were performing a late show on the stage, the hotel was destroyed by a fire. There was no deaths or injuries. Despite vows to rebuild El Rancho Vegas after the fire, the plans never materialized. In 1970, billionaire Howard Hughes bought the 60 acres of land. In 1978, the remnants of the old resort were demolished, and the Hilton Grand Vacation Club now occupies a portion of this land. Now, this hotel was famous for a windmill that stood on like a tower kind of thing. During the fire, that thing just fell right over and was destroyed when it landed on the ground and caught on fire. And now the other El Rancho. On September 2nd, 1948, the Thunderbird Hotel was the 4th resort to open on the Las Vegas Strip. The resort was built by developer Marion Hicks and owned by the Lieutenant Governor of Nevada, Clifford A. Jones. The resort had a Native American theme and featured portraits, a Navajo-based restaurant, the only bowling alley ever on the Strip, and a showroom. In 1955, articles surfaced in the Las Vegas Sun that Mayor Lansky and other underworld figures had hidden shares in the hotel. In 1964, the casino was purchased by Del Webb for $10 million. He ran the resort until 1972 when he sold it to Caesars World, owner of then Caesars Palace, for $13.6 million. A $150 million, 2,000-room resort called the Mark Antony was planned for the site, but Caesars was unable to find financing and sold the property 4 years later to a banker, E. Perry Thomas, at a loss of $5.7 million. Thomas later sold it to Major Riddle, owner of the Dunes Hotel, who renamed the resort as the Silverbird in 1976. Excuse me, I just ate. The Thunderbird has the distinction of being the resort where singer Rosemary Clooney made her first appearance in Vegas in '51, and where Julie Garland made her final Las Vegas appearance in 1965. Now, the Silverbird doesn't last long, which is the next name. The Silverbird opened on January 1st, 1977. By 1980, the resort had 400 hotel rooms. In 1981, Major Riddle sold the resort to Ed Torres for $500,000. He appeared in our Aladdin one again. Torres also owned the Aladdin Hotel and Casino. Torres renamed the Silverbird to El Rancho after the nearby El Rancho Vegas, which burnt down in 1960. So this is where the confusion comes in here. In 1982, Torres hired casino architect Martin Stern Jr. to add new entrance and expand the hotel by adding a 13-story, 600-room hotel tower for a total of 1,000 rooms. On August 31st, 1982, the El Rancho opened its doors. According to the Gaming Controlling Board, Torres had close ties with some of the most notorious crime characters of the time. However, this did not restrict him from owning a gaming license. Rodney Dangerfield opened at the Rodney's Palace Comedy Club inside El Rancho in 1982. In 1987, Stern was again hired to expand the hotel and casino. The El Rancho closed on July 6, 1992. By October 1993, Las Vegas Entertainment Network, Inc., Levon, a Los Angeles-based television production company, had plans to redevelop the resort and reopen in 1994 as El Rancho's Countryland, USA. The new resort would have included a family-oriented theme park with the country-styled entertainment and attractions. Levon also planned to construct two 20-story hotel towers meant to resemble a giant pair of Western-styled boots. These new towers would have brought the El Rancho up to a total of 2,001 rooms, hotel room. Levon purchased the property in November 1993 for $36.5 million. By January 1994, Levon planned to open El Rancho's Countryland USA with its own 24-hour cable television channel based inside the new resort, which would have housed facilities for production and broadcasting. The channel would have had promoted events at the resort as well as at other resorts. Levon had also planned to add a country-themed shopping mall and rodeo production facility to the new resort. Construction of the new hotel towers were delayed because of a lack of financing. October 1994, Levon received $35 million from Dallas Investment Bank for the construction of the towers. At the time, Levon had also planned to launch the Las Vegas County Television Network, which would have featured country western entertainment and other shows on the Las Vegas Strip. In January 1996, Oron Casino Corporation, a newly formed Nevada subsidiary of the International Thoroughbred Breeders, ITB, a New Jersey racetrack operator funded by the notorious penny stock operator Robert E. Brennan, purchased the El Rancho from Levon for $43.5 million. The following month, IBT announced plans to demolish the El Rancho and construct Starship Orion, a $1 billion hotel, casino, entertainment, and retail complex with an outdoor space theme covering 5.4 million square feet. The resort was to include 7 separately owned casinos, with each one being approximately 30,000 square feet. Whoa. Each potential casino owner was to contribute up to $100 million to own and operate the casino within the complex. The complex would have also included 300,000 square feet of retail space, as well as 2,400 hotel rooms and a 65-story hotel tower. Whoa, that'd be tall for Las Vegas. Well, not anymore, but might have been tall back then. IBT hoped to begin construction later that year in 1996, with the planned opening date of April 1988. This is a relatively long topic. In an agreement with Levin, ITB was to come up with financing for the project with a deadline of October 25, 1996. If unsuccessful, Levin had the option to seek alternative financing for a less expensive project, such as maybe reopening the El Rancho. A week before the deadline, IBM told Levin that the Starship Orion project had not generated any funding from investors. ITB was pursuing other possible options for the property at the time. ITB and Levin subsequently got into a dispute regarding control of the El Rancho. By January 1997, ITB had plans for a $100 million renovation for the El Rancho, which they planned to reopen as Countryland USA. The new resort would include a 1,700 room hotel and a 100,000 square foot casino. By February 1997, the two companies had settled their dispute, and while the resort was expected to reopen for the first quarter of 1998. These plans never materialized. By June 1999, a buyer was considering a purchase of the resort. In December 1999, local news channel KBC News 3 was granted access to the El Rancho to be invited by two unnamed workers. KBC conducted and aired an investigation of the resort's structures. Asbestos and exposed wiring were reportedly found throughout the buildings, as well as corroding chemicals which covered the floors. Rats and bugs were found to be inhabiting the resort. While most of the structures were decomposing, another section of the El Rancho was found to have been renovated with working slot machines, which had been lent to the owners by Bali Gaming 3 years earlier to showcase to potential investors for Countryland USA. After the investigation aired, the property owners were fined for health and safety violations by local building and fire departments, as well as Occupational Safety and Health Administration. Now here's when we finally got rid of it for good. In February 2000, Thunderbird Associates acquired a 6-month option to purchase El Rancho, which Thunderbird described as an eyesore. Thunderbird was in the process of developing Thunderbird Place, a series of luxury high-rise condominiums towers directly east of El Rancho. In May 2000, they purchased the resort from ITB for $45 million. On October 3rd, 2000, the resort's last remaining structure, the 13-story hotel tower, was imploded with 700 pounds of explosives in front of 2,000 spectators. After the implosion, 10,000 pounds of concrete for the demolished resort were used by the Southern Nevada Water Authority and the Las Vegas Wash Coordination Committee to stabilize the Las Vegas Wash. The site later became part of the land used for the unopened Fontainebleau Resort Las Vegas. There was another hotel on the site called Alligator's Hotel. In 1953, the Thunderbird opened the 110-room Alligator's Hotel, a sister property, to deal with an overflow of guests. The hotel included a lounge. The Alligator's was closed in August 2004 and had been demolished by March 2005 to make way for Crystal Sands, a $400 million 45-story condominium hotel tower planned to be constructed on the 3.6-acre property. The Crystal Sands project was canceled in March 2005. The property is currently owned and occupied by a portion of the Fontainebleau Resort. the Thunderbird in media. The Thunderbird sign was featured in 1975 Stanford and Son episode Earthquake 2. The El Rancho sign is briefly featured in the 1997 film Con Air. The El Rancho's demolition and implosion was recorded and featured in the 2004 National Geographic Channel's documentary Exploding Las Vegas. And yeah, that's it for the El Rancho stuff. Again, to solve your confusion, the first one was from 1941 to 1946, and the other one was from 1948 to 1992. Well, thanks for watching this. Hope you enjoyed it. Check out this channel for more of this, because I will cover the Stardust next time. Well, thank you for watching. Check out this channel for more of these and other things as well. Alright, bye.